Kurt, what happened?
Well, we're still trying to figure that out. We're expecting that hopefully the company will explain in more detail sometime later tonight. But the services are starting to come back online, and we believe that there was a domain issue. So essentially, the technology that directed you to Facebook when you typed in facebook.com was not working. So when you're typing in the domain, it wasn't actually connecting you to the service, and it obviously took them the better part of the workday to get it fixed.
We're hearing the sentiment, including from AOC, most high-profile criticism as to this is what happens when you have such a concentration of three of the most broadly used apps and communication services globally concentrated within one owner, right? Is this going to intensify the sort of anti-monopoly criticism of big tech?
Possibly, although I don't know how much work was actually stalled today outside of Facebook. So, for example, I know I was still able to work all day. I used Twitter, I used iMessage, I used other services to communicate with people. And so, on the one hand, yes, it shows just how widespread and how many people Facebook touches that this became like a global story today. But at the same time, the world still moved on, right? And people were still able to continue to do things. So I could see arguments for both sides. But I think just given the scrutiny around Facebook and how big it is, this is certainly going to be held up from critics as an example of Facebook being too big and too powerful.
Tell us about that scrutiny, because we, of course, had that whistleblower revelation as well.
We did. It's been a really busy couple days for Facebook. Last night, the whistleblower who had given documents to the Wall Street Journal did a 60 Minutes interview and essentially accused the company of, putting profits ahead of user safety. We're going to see more of this fallout starting tomorrow. The whistleblower is going to speak before a Senate subcommittee on, how whether or not Facebook keeps kids and teens safe on its app. So I think this is a story that's just going to continue. I mean, the outage today was almost a distraction in some ways from these bigger issues about how Facebook operates. But those are going to continue to be front and center starting tomorrow morning, quite frankly, when this whistleblower testifies before Congress.